welcome to another episode of Friend Outdoors.
Okay, on the last video I talked about these Tactacam 6.0s. So we're going to try to do a little demonstration here for you. So I've set it up again on the T-post, electric T-post, and it's got the bow stabilizer, and we put the camera in the stabilizer. Okay, so what you do to turn this thing on, you just hit this button, hold it, you heard it vibrate there. I don't know if you heard it vibrate, but you can see it's blinking. That means it is recording right now. There you can see the screen. So when you set one up, you can watch it and see what's going on. So hit the button again, just touch it to pause it. The light stays on solid. Now this camera will go to sleep, and when it does, it'll shut off. All right, so if you scroll to the left, you can see some settings comes up, and you can keep scrolling left to right to get the setting that you want to adjust on. As you can see, I'm shooting in 30 frames per second, 4K at 2x zoom. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back down. There's it up. You can see it changed. It changed again. And there it went back to the main screen. Now I can play the video I just recorded. You can see the bar at the bottom showing you what you just recorded, and it's counting down. Okay, so let's try to get back out of that. I'm going to come down. I'm going to come down again. And then here you go. Here's your remote setup. So if I touch this remote, you can see the little toggle switch, which means it is on to my remote control. If I slide that over, it will disconnect it from my remote control, and we will play with that in just a minute. But that's just how simple it is. You turn this camera on, you put it in pause, you turn your remote on, you put it in pause, then you slide that toggle switch to remote, and it will connect, and then the remote control will operate this camera. So I'm going to try to, I go back up to get that screen. There again is that. I'm going to go right to left. Again, I'm in 4K. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to try. Okay, I want to apologize for shaking so much. Doing this by myself, it's a little tougher. Again, there's the camera. Here's the remote control. When I turn it on, it says it's on, and you can see it's counting. Okay, it's scanning. So I'm gonna hit again. Tells it to pause. Now let's set this up. I hit the button. You can see it is now recording as I've hit the button on remote control. So I can be 20, 25 yards away. I can have this camera set up, you know, facing in this direction, where possibly our blind is over this way somewhere, to get a different camera angle. Again, you can see the camera is recording. I hit the button again. And it stops counting. The camera is not recording. Again, this is a nice little feature if you want to try to get that little bit of a different angle. So that's how we use that. But as a test, let me back up. Again, I apologize for shaking. I don't know. I'm about 15 yards away here. Let's hit the button. You can see it's starting to count. It is recording again. Again, if I've got a turkey coming from that direction and we are set up here in the blind, this little remote control and that camera will give me a different angle at the footage I'm shooting. So again, I bring the camera up and I just hit the button again and it stops counting. It is paused. So again, little tip, little trick, might benefit you, it might not. But we just wanted to show you, give you a little bit of a demonstration. Again, I apologize for being shaky, but there it is. Okay, to turn this camera off, you just hold this button for a second or two, a couple seconds, power off, okay? I can do the same thing here now with my remote control. Hold the button, says off, take my finger off, it's blinking, the screen will go dark. Let's do one more test for you. Kept this camera rolling just to show you. There ain't no hidden gimmicks or anything. Again, I'm about, this far away. All of a sudden the turkey's coming. My remote control, hold the button, it says on. The camera should turn on. Scan, and as you can see, the timer is counting, so the camera should be recording. Let's go over and check it out. And as you saw, I turned it off before I even did this test. Slide this over. And there you go, it's counting, so it is recording. So that's pretty nifty. We found that I'm hitting pause on the remote and it turned off. Okay, now I'm done with it, right? I'm still in the blind over there. I just hit the button, hold the button down, a few seconds, says off. And as you can see, the camera's turned off. It said power off. And again, we're 20, 25 yards away in our blind. So again, these cameras, you could set them up on you. It wouldn't be a bad gig either if you wanted that. Let's check that out then. Okay, so here we are. We're in front of the camera. I got a turkey coming. I want my reaction to it. I set my post up there. Again, I can just use my remote control, hit record, the camera starts recording. Okay, so there it is. Hopefully a little bit of this information might benefit you a little bit. Maybe it'll help you make up your mind if you want to invest in one of these cameras. The pros are, the remote control. It's about 50 bucks. These cameras, every year it seems like they come out with a new one. These were like $300 this year when they come out. They're cheaper now, if you can find them. There's pros and cons. The pro is, we spent an extra 50 on the remote so we can get that second angle. One of the cons is in both the remote control and the camera, you can see them cameras and the remote are pretty small. So the batteries, they're supposed to last 2 hours. So there you go. But even if you're not using them, these batteries are gonna, they're gonna go dead on you. Batteries are either charging or discharging. They don't hold. So if you go several days or a week without charging or out using the camera, you could possibly go to use it and it could be dead. It did happen to us this season. Just letting you know the pros and cons of it. But it could help you to capture some hunts, on the cheaper end possibly. Some footage is better than none. I hope this was beneficial to you, and thanks for watching. Okay, I thought about Okay, I thought about one more thing I want to talk about to cover. When you go on this camera, if you slide it down from the top, this screen comes up. And if you want to connect your phone to this camera, you got to hit the Wi-Fi. Okay, but then on your phone, you got to go into your settings. And under your settings in the Wi-Fi, you've got to tell your phone to connect to this camera. Once you do that, you can use this camera with your phone to record, stop recording, and zoom. However, again, once your phone, goes to sleep, unless you've got it set where your phone will not go to sleep, but it doesn't matter because the camera's also got a timer on it where it'll go to sleep in like, I'm gonna say 5 minutes, but it might be less than that. And if either one of those two things happen, the phone doesn't connect again and doesn't seem to work. That's why we decided to go with the remote control, and we like it a lot better. So again, just wanted to tell you a few of these things. Help you make up your mind. So again, we hope you found this helpful in some way, and thanks for watching. Okay, we're going to talk about the Tactacam Reveal X Pro. Now, if you buy one of these cameras, you get the camera, you get this antenna,